Sup, this is Greggatron. This, 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 this. Look at it. Yeah. Yeah. Look at it. This. Yeah. 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 This is one question for you. Do you like my shirt? Yeah. Lean on Jesus. Yeah, it's got the good American flag in the background. Got this shirt from Officer Tatum. Yeah. The OfficerTatumStore.com. Alright. So, this video is about Squid Games Season 3, Episodes 1 and 2. A review. Because these two episodes were just so incredible, I had to lump them both into the same episode. Because they're just so deep. They were such a ride. They were so much fun. So much excitement. The adjectives go on. Right? I didn't even know this season came out until I was just messing around the other day on Netflix. I was like, what? Because I didn't see any advertisements. I don't go on Netflix that much anymore, but I saw no ads or anything about it, and just there it was. I'm like, word? So I had to stop everything else that I was gonna watch, because Squid Games is my number one priority when it comes to watching stuff. And I'll explain why. Because it's just so entertaining. It just is that entertaining. And you really do want to know what will happen to these people. Alright? So let me start from, well, first let me say, I'll do my best not to spoil anything. But if you haven't seen Season 2, don't watch this video. Alright? If you haven't seen Squid Games, period, you probably shouldn't watch this video. Now, what I really like about this season starting out, episodes 1 and 2, you've been warned. What I really like so far, this season in the beginning, Season 3, goes directly from the end of Season 2 straight into this. Full-fledged. No time wasted. And I love that. It's great. And here's why I say that. The transition between Season 2 and 3 is so much different from the transition between Seasons 1 and 2. It's a drastic change from Seasons 2 and 3 from 1 and 2. And the reason for that is Season 3 is a complete continuation of 2, whereas 2, we didn't even know 2 was going to happen because Season 1 was essentially like a guinea pig. And I think they had a feeling it was going to be a popular show, but maybe they didn't know it was going to be this popular. So once they figured out Season 1 was a banger, they're like, all right, let's go on ahead and make a Season 2. So that's why the beginning of Season 2 felt a little bit slower, because they had to regain their footing. Because Season 2 is actually a lot different from Season 1. because the theme is different. And I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to give it away. Whereas season 3 is just season 2, on steroids, or season 2.5, whatever you want to call it. And I just love how they just jump straight into these games. Now, I've only seen the first 2 episodes of season 3, and I can't say this. Those 2 episodes were so intense. It's about hide and seek, right? So the people, once again, the players, they vote on whether they're going to continue the games or not. And enough people want another game because, these people are greedy. And I'm not going to go in and explain how these rules and everything. You guys should already know by now. I don't got time for all that. This is for people who know. This is for people who know what Squid Games is. So episodes 1 and 2 is about hide and seek. Episode 1, they established that they're going to play hide and seek. Episode 2, they actually play the game. And when they play that game, man, my jaw is like dropping like, yo, this is insane. So after they decide that they're going to continue playing, majority rules, democracy, right? They get thrown into the game. Well, everyone's split in half. There's the red team, who is the seekers, and the blue team is the hiders, hide and seek. They're in a maze with all these doors, just doors everywhere, like Scooby-Doo doors, like the Monsters Inc. doors, just passages and tunnels and doors everywhere. The blue team gets a key. Each character gets his or her own key. Each door has one of 3 different keyholes, whether it be a circle, a square, or a triangle. So you better have, you're going to have a key, but you better get with some people who also have different keys. That way y'all can stick together and y'all can go through these doors. The people who are the seekers, the red team, their objective is to kill the people wearing blue. And they all get a knife. That's crazy. Now, if you kill somebody in the blue, now you can take that person's keys. And now you can navigate and find anybody else. And what was the rule on this one? It was like, if you're wearing red, you only need to kill one person in blue. Well, then someone established, but if you're wearing red and you don't get a kill, that means you die. So that's the conundrum. You have to kill someone in blue, because if you don't, now you're gone. Well, then somebody on the red team established, we need to kill multiple people in blue, because if we do that, that's less people for the other people in red to kill. So that means they're eliminating their own side, because the people on their own side also pose a threat, because we don't know what the next game is going to be. Because at the end of the day, it's all about self. So what I like about these 2 episodes is the way people use people. It's like, these people are just showing us how dirty they really are. Like, these people really don't care about one another. I shouldn't say that. There are some people on the blue team, they care because they're on the defense. But the people on the red, man, and the people on the blue, they really don't care about each other. It really is all about self. And I just love to see the human nature of the selfishness. Because it's like kill or be killed. Survival of the fittest. And I love that, man. I love that stuff. Wow. The stuff these people go through in these first 2 episodes, I'm just stunned when I watch it. There was something else I was going to say, but I forgot. But just know, season 3, episodes 1 and 2 is off the chain. I mean, I want to say more, but I don't want to spoil for you guys. This is just the first game in season 3. So I don't even know what the next game is. But I'm excited. And I felt I had to talk about this before I watch episode 3. Because it's grand. That's the word. I love it, man. There was another point I wanted to make, but totally slipped my mind. Check out the Squid Games. Because these people, they really go through it. And they really make some sacrifice. They really do. And you kind of have an idea what might happen, but no, that doesn't always happen the way you think it's going to happen. And I like the characters. I like the us versus them concept. And I like to see the greed. I like all that stuff, man. I just like to see how people interact under these extreme circumstances. The fear. Because everything this show is portraying is how people are in real life. They're just under extreme pressure. But if any one of us was in that show, trust me, we'd be behaving the exact same way. And people really do behave that way when they're not in the Squid Games in real life. So, it's entertaining. So far, it's a 10 out of 10. Season 3 so far, and the whole season's done. Like I said, I guess they dropped the whole thing at once. Or maybe they did 1 episode a week or something, and I just now found it. But you have to watch this show. And don't, not watch it just because everybody else is already watching it. No. If there's one show I would recommend to watch that everybody else is already watching, it's this. This is the one show that everybody else is already watching for a reason. It's just that entertaining. That's the operative word. Entertaining. And I really do like the characters. And again, I just like to watch how they behave. Because it's like, wow. And I like, in the back of my mind, thinking, man, I wonder what I would do if I was in that predicament. Or you want to say, I would have done this, I would have done that. No, you wouldn't have. You don't know what you would have done. Because you don't know what that fear is going to do to you once you're there, how that fear kicks in. There's one character who's supposed to be logical. Well, he kind of forgets about logic after a certain point. You know. This is the best survival show, series anyway, I've seen in a while. But anyway, that's the moral to that story. So check it out. Alright. And maybe I'll review the ending. Maybe. I still got 5 episodes left. I think there's 7, 8 episodes. But this might be the last season. We'll see. We shall see. Alright. With that said, I'm going to make some dinner. Get this show going. And peace.